Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and I'm going to talk about how you can play a song called Crazy Stupid Love by R5. And we're going to end up cabling this on 4th fret to kind of match the recording board. Start on an A minor chord. And the way you play A minor, first finger goes to the B string on the 1st fret, second finger on the D on the 2nd fret, and third finger on the G string on the 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. And then from the A minor, we're going to be going to an F major chord. If you know the bar F major, we'll talk about an easier way to play this. But you do your first finger across the entire 1st fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, third finger on the A string 3rd fret, and the pinky on the D string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an F major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now, a good substitute for that, though, is something called F major 7, where you do your first finger on the B string 1st fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, and third finger on the D string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds an F major chord, F major 7, and it sounds really groovy and happy. And then from the F, we're going to be going to a C major chord, where we got first finger on the B string 1st fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret, third finger on the A string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord. It sounds really, really happy. And then from the C, we're going to be going to a G major chord. And when you play G major, first finger goes to the A on the 2nd fret, second finger on the low E string on the 3rd fret, the third finger on the high E string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And on our intro, it almost sounds like little hits on those chords, kind of that A minor, F, C, G, and then we kind of have a big G, and then another G to kind of set us up to go into our verse part. And our verse starts on a C major chord, and then we go to an A minor chord, and then we go to a D minor chord. And when we play D minor, first finger goes to the 1st fret on the high E, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, and then the third or the 4th finger on the B string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D minor chord. It sounds really, really sad. And then we kind of start that over again with that C, A minor, D minor. But a lot of times with a song like this, to make it more interesting, I like adding something called a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So we took the C and just tried that a lot. You'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So we tried that through the verse. The weird part is the C and the A minor don't last as long. And so we could just do it down, down, up on those chords. So C, down, up, A minor, down, up, D minor, down, up, down, up. Now, something else that I like to add to a song like this, though, is bass notes. And so you could kind of take that C and do an A string for your bass for your first down, up, down, up, and kind of add a bass note to it when you got that. So on the A minor, you'd have the A string for the bass. On the F bar, you'd have the low E for the bass. On the F major 7, you'd have the D for the bass. On the D minor, you'd have the D string for your bass. And on your G, you'd have your low E string for your bass. So another way to work it through the verse would be doing C with the bass, down up, A minor with the bass, down up, and then D minor with the bass, down up, down up, C with an A bass, down up, A minor with an A bass, down up, D minor with a D bass, down up, down up. Now the feel kind of sounds like a reggae feel, and you kind of simulate this doing fingerstyle too. So you can kind of take your thumb for your bass player for the chord, and then kind of use your fingers, index on the G, middle finger on the B string, and ring finger on the high E string, to kind of get a bass finger idea or thumb fingers idea. And you can kind of work that idea through the chords too. C with an A bass, A minor with an A bass, D minor with a D bass. So you may want to kind of play around with it that way too. And then from there, then we go into our pre-chorus part. And our pre-chorus starts on C, and then we go to an E minor chord. And when you play E minor, first finger goes to the A on the 2nd fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor chord, and it sounds really sad. And our bass note for that chord is on the low E string. And then from there, we go to D minor, and then we go to G, and then we go to C, and then we go to E minor, but then we go to our F major chord. Then, at the very end, it gets turned into an F minor chord for the O. And one way to do that, if you're doing the bar F major, is to just lift the 2nd finger, which is always a dangerous finger to lift. But that would sound an F minor chord. Now, a good substitute for that, though, if you're just starting out or just want smaller bars, is you could go for just the top few strings And if you go for the top the strings on the G, B, and E, and kind of do that with the open D string, that's actually a chord called D minor 7 with a flat 5, which is always a good substitute for the full F minor bar. So if you're looking for a good substitute, that could work for you. So we try our down, down, up, down, up through our pre-chorus. We'd have a lot of chords at F. So we'd have C, down, up, E minor, down, up, D minor, down, up, G, down, up, C, down, up, E minor, down, up, F, down, down, up, down, up, F minor. Or if we added basses to that, we could have C with an A bass, down, up, E minor with low E bass, down, up, D minor with a D bass, down, up, G with low E bass, down, up, C with an A bass, down, up, E minor with low E bass, down, up, F with a bass, down, down, up, F minor. Or you could try that with the finger style and have the C, E minor, D minor with a D bass, G with low E bass, C with an A bass, E minor with low E bass, F, and then F minor hit through that part too. And then from there, then we go into our chorus. And our chorus starts on A minor, and then we go to F major, and then we go to C major, and then we go to G major. And one way to work that is kind of doing just the down, down, up on each chord. You have A minor with a down, down, up, F, down, down, up, C, down, down, up, G, down, down, up, A minor, down, down, up, F, down, down, up, C, down, down, up, G, down, down, up. Or you could add basses to that and have A minor with a bass, down, up, F with a bass, down, up, C with an A bass, down, up, G with low E bass, A minor with an A bass, F with a bass, C with an A bass, G with low E bass. Or you could try that finger style and kind of work it that way too, kind of doing bass fingers on each of the chords. So bass, fingers, C, bass, fingers, G, bass, fingers. Or something else you may want to think about is kind of doing 2 down and then kind of killing the strings. So that could be kind of a cool way to kind of work it or build up the chorus too. Is kind of just, so I'm going down, down, kill it, down, down, kill it. So you can kind of work it that way too. And we basically be repeating those parts until we get to our bridge part. On our bridge part, we go from the E minor to the F major, and then A minor to a G major. Now this can sound kind of cool to alter the down, down, up, slightly for this part. And you can take the E minor and do a down, down, and then hit the F with the up, down, through that part. So I'm kind of halving the strum pattern in a weird way. E minor, down, F on the up, down, A minor on the down, down, G on the up, down, E minor on the down, down, F on the up, down, A minor on the down, down, G on the up, down. So you want to think about using that strum pattern too. And then at the end of our bridge, we end up with kind of our F push and then our F minor at the very end. Now the weird part is to play along with R5, instead of starting on an A minor chord, they're actually starting on a C sharp minor chord. So what you want to do is kind of take a capo, and if you put the capo on 4th fret, then now your A minor is really a C sharp minor, your F is really an A major chord, your C is really an E major chord, and your G is really a B major chord, and your D minor is really an F sharp minor chord, and your E minor is really a G sharp minor chord. But to take it from the very beginning, we got kind of our intro that we were kind of working with just our downstrokes, and kind of set everything up. G, and then we going into our verse part. So on our verse, we try it with just the down, down, up, down, up. We have C, down, up, A minor, down, up, D minor, down, down, up, C, down, up, A minor, down, up, D minor, down, down, up. Or if we added basses to that, we'd have C with an A bass, A minor with an A bass, D minor with a D bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, A minor with an A bass, down, D minor with a D bass, down, down, up. Or you could try that with the finger style, kind of that C, A minor, D minor, C, A minor, D minor. So you might kind of think about using it that way too. And then from there, then we'd be going into our pre-chorus. We tried that with down, down, up, down, up. We'd have C, down, up, E minor, down, up, D minor, down, up, G, down, up, C, down, up, E minor, down, up, F, down, down, F minor. Or if we tried that with our bass, down, up, down, up. We'd have C with an A bass, E minor with a bass, D minor with a D bass, G with a low bass, C with an A bass, E minor with a low bass, F with a bass, down, down, F minor, hit. Or if we tried that with our finger style, then we'd have C, E minor with low bass, D minor with a D bass, G with low bass, C with an A bass, E minor with low bass, F with a bass, and then F minor hit. And then from there, we're going into our chorus part. So we could try our chorus with just those 2 down hits and then kind of the kill it idea, which kind of could be a cool way to kind of work it. Or you could try it with the strum pattern and have A minor, down, up, F, down, up, C, down, up, G, down, up, A minor, down, up, F, down, up, C, down, up, G, down, up. Or you could add basses to that and have A minor with the bass, down, up, F with the bass, down, up, C with the A bass, down, up, G with the A bass, down, up, A minor with the A bass, down, up, F with the bass, down, up, C with the A bass, down, up, G with the A bass, down, up. Or you could try that finger style and have kind of the A minor, F major, C, G, kind of working the bass or thumb fingers idea. And then from there, they would be going into our verse part. Now, one other thing I would think about adding to the song, though, is a 16th note strum pattern, especially at different points to kind of match the drums. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot at the beat, right now we're kind of dividing that beat into 2 parts that are down, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that beat into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up. And what I mean by that is if you take the C and do it down for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you're doing on the first beat. Then on the second beat, you're doing a down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. And then on the third beat, you're doing an up on 2, down on 3. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down. And then on the last beat, you're going down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So all together, you got down, 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 up. Basses to that by doing kind of a bass down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or a bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or bass, down, down, up, bass, down, up, down. So it's just another possibility here. So if we tried our verse with a 16th pattern, you'd have C with an A bass, A minor with an A bass, D minor with an D bass, down, 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 C with an A bass, A minor, D minor. So you want to kind of play around with that 16th pattern. That could be a cool way to work it too. And if we tried the pre-chorus with the 16th, we'd have C with an A bass, E minor with an A bass, D minor with an A bass, G with an A bass, C with an A bass, E minor with an A bass, F with an A bass. We'd have the F minor. And then from there, we'd be going into our chorus part. So we tried our chorus with 16th pattern. We'd have A minor, F, C, G, A minor, F, C, G, A minor, F, C, G. So it might be kind of a cool thing to kind of play around with that pattern. And then from there, we'd be going into our bridge part. And we could do that with just the down, down, up, down, up. And we'd have E minor with the down, down, F on the up, down, up, A minor with the down, down, on the up, down, E minor with the down, down, F on the up, down, A minor with the down, down, C on the up, down, E minor with the down, down, F on the up, down, F, down, down, down minor. Or we could add basses to that and have E minor with the bass, down, F on the up, down, E minor with an A bass, down, G on the up, down, E minor with the bass, down, F on the up. Try that with our 16th pattern, and we could do the down, 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 up on the first chord, and then the up, down, down, up, down, up on the next chord could be a cool way to work it. So you'd have E minor, down, down, up, F, up, down, down, up, down, up, A minor, down, down, up, G, up, down, down, up, down, up, E minor, down, down, up, F, up, down, down, up, down, up, A minor, down, down, up, G, up, down, down, up, down, up, E minor, down, down, up, F, up, down, down, up, down, up, from there, then we'll be going into our last chorus. But what you may want to think about doing is kind of taking all those little things that we were talking about and kind of figure out a way that works for you, and kind of, or you can just kind of play it how you're feeling that night. But